Plenty of people, as you know, have been dancing on Scott Morrison's political grave. Pretty ugly stuff. Not content with the abuse they levelled at him while he was in office, calling him callous and uncaring and all the rest of it. They've been mocking him on the way out. But a story has come to light, accidentally as it happens, that shows just how caring and generous the Prime Minister and his wife Jenny were, quietly, behind the scenes, while he was in office. A camera crew saw some people moving out of the Prime Minister's suburban house yesterday, and it turns out a woman whose home was destroyed in the New South Wales floods has been living in the Morrisons' Sydney house with her sons, rent-free. Here's a report from 9 News.
While the Morrisons began moving out today, the family station wagon spotted leaving Kirribilli House. Down in the Shire, Nikki Durant was also packing up after spending 2 months at the Morrisons.
Mate, it's been incredible. I can't thank them enough. I would have been stuck if I had nowhere to go.
Nikki had just moved from the Shire to Woodburn a week before the town and her new home sank beneath floodwater.
I used to clean Jenny's pool, and I rang Jenny up and kind of asked for help.
And Nikki needed help, her house unlivable.
So I made the call and here I am. So I didn't have to think about it too much more because, you know, Jenny opened a door to me and I came here.
The pool cleaner and her mum grateful for a port in a storm.
How lovely it was for you to let my daughter stay in your house because no other Prime Minister would do it, I'm quite sure.
Pretty impressive stuff, isn't it? Just a really kind act, rent-free in that house through a difficult period. Let me bring in Tim Blair, blogger to The Nation, of course, and columnist at the Daily Telegraph. And Tim, no one leaked that out while he was in government, while he was in the job during the campaign. It was only found out because a TV crew decided to go down and see if they could get some pictures of the Morrisons moving in.
Says something about the style of the couple. That's impressive, and the fact they made absolutely no political capital out of it. There was no camera crews. There was nothing, as you said, perfectly by accident. And good luck to that couple, the pool cleaner and her mum and the sons. Get back on their feet, and hopefully their new / old house is back together soon. Yeah,
apparently their house up north has dried out and just about ready for them to move in again. So it's a great little story, and good luck to them now. Let's go to the action today, and Anthony Albanese turning up in Tokyo and meeting sleepy Joe Biden. And I had to laugh when Joe Biden said this to Anthony Albanese.
You got on a plane, you were sworn in, got in a plane, and if you fall asleep while you're here, it's okay. Because I don't know how you're doing it, but it's really quite extraordinary.
He's just amazed, isn't he, that someone can be awake in a meeting.
Yeah, he flew all the way from Australia to Japan. It's not that great a hike, really. And yet he's somehow still awake. He's a Superman. Good on you, Albo, for remaining conscious. Apparently that's all you've got to do, by Joe's standards.
Well, it's because Joe Biden hasn't been able to do it. Have a look.
This is my message from Earth to come. On behalf of we the 15, I ask you.
That was Joe Biden at Glasgow last year. An advisor paid there to keep him awake. I don't think he knows what he was applauding.
Of course not. I love the fact, sir, if you could wake up, please, sir. It's time to clap your hands together. What's the most embarrassing job in the world? The official presidential wakerer-upperer.
Now, Joe Biden, while he was in Tokyo, was also asked an interesting question by a reporter. Have a look.
The US State Department was good enough as well to manage to justify a trip to Vegas as well. I'm not quite sure where that fit in, but it was a good trip indeed.
Yeah, no, that wasn't the question to Joe Biden. That was part of Anthony Albanese's bilateral meeting with Joe Biden. And he talks to him about his trip to the US, chucks in the Vegas visit and all. It seemed a little, I don't know, should we say un-prime ministerial?
Yeah, there's a piece in your paper today in The Australian talking about how Biden and Albo might be kindred spirits, that they might be like two blokes in a pub. I think a Washington insider was quoted as saying, which kind of A, ignores the fact that Biden doesn't drink, and B, doesn't deal with the issue that maybe the thing they've most got in common is they're really, really bad at speaking. It's dreadful.
Look, I think so far Albo hasn't really put a foot wrong in Tokyo, but so we shouldn't be too harsh on him so early on. Here's that question I was talking about to Joe Biden.
Thank you.
Yeah, did he have a message for Kim Jong-un? He just said hello. Well, he didn't have to go to Tokyo to say that.
Yeah, like hello, period. You just say hello, and then presumably the North Korean leader responds in kind, and then Joe is silent for the rest of the meeting. Is that what he's talking about? That's a curious way to run international affairs. But
well, exactly. Yeah. It shows he's got nothing on his feet, has he? You think he'd have something to say about the North Korean situation, given that he's in Tokyo and talking about these issues with the Quads. But no, he just says hello. It's just incomprehensible that a leader doesn't have something to say.
Well, he's got other issues. The fact that in the US they're now installing at gas pumps around the nation, they're installing an extra digit because they're anticipating $10 per gallon petrol costs. Maybe he's a little distracted by domestic events.